Hello there, Taurus. Well, this is the first of the future with YouTube. And I started with Aries, and of course, Sagittarius uploaded first, but that's cool. So I did the 3 fire, now I'm doing the 3 earth. I'm going to try to get the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the water signs done tonight as well. If I can, I'll do them tomorrow. My hair's getting a little long. Got to see Rita. There's a Leo Aries for you. Anyway, so Tauruses, we're going to see where things go from here. Pay attention to the fact that, sorry about the sinus, but that's going to be taken care of soon. Sorry, but the issue with Taurus is that anybody born in around that date where my father was, the 18th of April, right on that cusp point, moving into Taurus. You know, a lot of the other signs are going to go through that too, that are the fixed signs, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. You're feeling Pluto at that birthday. So I'm just going to give you a heads up. You're feeling Pluto. You're feeling like, what the heck? It's a really conflicting energy for the fixed signs, to especially those, you know, the ones that are, you know, even somebody that has an Aries ascendant, those first degrees upwards of 6 degree ascendant. You're feeling that. Tauruses per capita are going to feel it because Uranus is in Taurus, which is Aquarius. So you're going to have Pluto in Aquarius, and then you've got Aquarius, you know, sitting in the constellation of Taurus. So you just want to be aware that Pluto's coming in and saying, well, not everything you think you're going to do is going to work. So you just want to pay attention to that. So let's get started. So as I said, this is an important week. A lot of people's readings have been highly explanatory about many things that they're dealing with. The 3 fire signs, of course, are now, get out of my way, or never, in most cases, depending upon their ascendant. And, you know, with Tauruses, they can be obstinate and stubborn too, but they often are a little bit more slow and steady unless their ascendant counteracts that. Sometimes I find I meet Tauruses. I have a friend that's Taurus, and she has Aries ascendant, and it really interacts and really sometimes causes confliction in her experience because it's racing, I don't know, and then stuck. So it's just being able to pay attention to that type of energy. So here we go, Taurus. Now this is from the 14th to the 20th. The 20th is when Pluto moves. It's also the first day of Aquarius. Pay attention to that because Taurus, that Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus. So pay attention. So here we go, yeah? So the beginning of the reading is actually pretty good. You're kind of paying attention to, okay, I've achieved. There could be a lot of, which makes sense, we were in Capricorn. So Saturn's in Pisces. You know, for you, that's 11th house. You got a lot of stuff going on. Part of this could very well be that you're going over your achievements. You're kind of looking and saying, achieved that, did this, I've got this, I worked out, I feel great, look at me, what can I look like, how I feel. There's a lot of, you know, it's not necessarily arrogant, it's self-analysis, self-discovery, self-deliberation. And right now you're okay. Now over your shoulder in the reading, there was acceptances. So you're just coming out of the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is kind of a heartbreaking energy at times because it means that we're leaving a phase of our experience where we've had to accept. We've had to accept. Well, you just went through the eclipses. They ended last spring. And the eclipses went on for a long while. So when I see those eclipses hitting a sun sign, and, you know, the South Node, North Node was obviously in Taurus, which was destiny. And it's really interesting because there was this moving on, like there's nowhere to go except to let go. And even though everything was okay, everything could have stayed, it could have remained, you know, you had to accept some things. You might have actually decided to move. You might have decided to move partially. You might have mentally already decided, I'm leaving. I've made up my mind. I'm changing my life, la, 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 la. Now, what's going on right now is actually pretty amazing, even if you're here in the wild north of Toronto, because you've got your wish in here. You've got right above you the Sun card, which is clarity, renewal, optimism, beautiful weather. It can also be a beautiful mind. I love that movie. It's a really dynamic energy for Taurus, or anybody with Taurus ascendant, because it means that your mind is racing toward that energy. You're contemplative. You're, you know, if you are away on vacation, you're loving it. You're wanting to be creative. You're wanting to be expressive. You're wanting to be around beautiful people. It's Venus, honey, and you've got Jupiter there, and you've got Uranus, which is expect the unexpected. With that Pluto there, you want to watch out with your 4-inch Louboutins on that there isn't a banana peel. Careful. But Jupiter's still there kind of bouncing you around right now. So you're okay. Like at the moment, you're okay. One of the things you've got here too, like all the energy, by the way, for Taurus through this next little while is clear, expressive. You've got an element about love. I know this applies to two people I know. In the environment, though, around family, you have the father image. Father, both positive and negative. Now that is a lot to do with a lot of things. We can wish somebody till we're purple back in our experience, even if it's a divorce, if it's an ending, if somebody's passed away, that could have been the walking away. But one of the things you have to understand is grieving. And you know, the royals and old money, it takes them a year. So do Catholic people that are under the Catholic faith. Catholic people. That's my grandma, Catholic people. She was Catholic herself. She left because of a Protestant husband, by the way. A lot of my grandmothers did. But anyway, God bless these women when they give up. Huh? So what you've got here is you've got mourning. So, you know, it's accept it. Accept mourning. Accept a period of time of mourning. You know, maybe it's not a whole year. Maybe, you know, you need 4 more months. Maybe you need this week. Maybe this week with Pluto moving is bringing something up about mourning and about love and what does love mean and the past and about father image, father figure. What does within environment and family represent father image, father figure? This is a big whopper this week. And I don't see that necessarily as negative. One of the things that I would be a little bit conscientious about in your hopes and fear position, you know, you have this battling in here. You have this card right here, which is a card I get a lot. I guess this is the lippy mouth I have. You don't say. But, you know, part of that energy in here, you know, of that 7 of Wands is up against other people or competing for what reason. Remember, they're using staffs. If they were using flipping swords, it'd be like a lot of blood everywhere. I think in all honesty, this has 2 sides to me. Because it's in our hope and fear, we don't really want to deal with yet we create, you know, or we step into, or with law of attraction, are we drawing it in? You be the trendsetter. Let's just change all this. You be the trendsetter. You want to be old money, don't wear labels. You want to be sophisticated and really come across that way, you be the trendsetter. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses or how you perceive they to be. Do you think Martha Stewart really gives a damn? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Do you think Bunny Williams cares? I mean, I think what's happening in here, and then your outcome, of course, is the Strength card, which to me is reeks of Leo, even though, you know, I've heard different opinions of what it really represents. But, you know, the Strength card really is a very, very strong energy in a reading. And it means that, you know, you may not be as strong as you actually sometimes come across, because sistering that with the way that I read, you have the Hermit and you have a very nostalgic card about the past and about thinking over things. Now, you can't remain in the past. You might need to go over some things about the past. Maybe everything wasn't as pretty and wonderful as you thought it was. Maybe when we idolize something, it's because we feel that somebody kept us pampered so that we wouldn't really recognize or acknowledge their true self, or really, were they a really great participant? Were they the loving father figure that we thought they were? We don't need to bash their memory. We don't even need to get angry at our own fathers, because everybody's a product of what they were given. They did the best of their abilities, and now we have the ability to pick up our socks and move on. There's other representations to this energy in a reading. First of all, the father is powerful. First of all, that is your sun sign. So the father figure, Taurus, is dad. And it also has a lot to do with your career, what you are doing and what you're not doing. So are we keeping up with all that our fathers taught us? Are we following through? Are we hesitant? Are we going only so far and dropping it because of boredom? There's a lot happening. Your reading is in layers and layers and layers. I also want you just to keep an eye on your own health through the next week. That again could tie into the emotional. If you push yourself too hard, you'll pay for it. This could also be physical, meaning skeletal. It could be that your knees start bothering you. It could be that your back starts bothering you. Even if you're younger, you could just do something that's excessive. You go snowmobiling down a hill if there's any snow. Here there hasn't been much. And you actually end up hurting yourself. So just keep an eye on yourself. If you do have something take place, or you end up having a cold, or you end up getting, physically just hurt yourself a bit. It could be that you might need some time to think. What do you want to do? That Emperor in a reading also has a lot to do with, as far as I'm concerned, going out into the world and manifesting, because it's affecting environment. So I would say, in more ways than one, you need a passionate dragon to slay. You need to be able to use all this energy you have to manifest. Do you take on a property and restore it? Do you establish a new business and go for it because it's something that you're very passionate about? And it doesn't really matter whether dad or anybody else has their okay or gives their okay, or family do for that matter. Brothers, whoever this male father figure is that affects environment and affects the decisions you're making. So as far as I'm concerned, you're overriding that. Your outcome is that you're kind of waiting a little longer, and you're making up your own mind. You're not looking for they to answer what you're going to do. You're making it very clear, you know what? I'm making up my own mind. It's either my money or my decision, and I'm doing this. So there you go. I mean, to me, your reading's not bad. Again, what's your health? I want you to keep an eye on things with health. Don't know why that health thing's in here. You're the first sign, you're the fourth sign I've read, and it's the only one that's really had this little health thing. So careful. Now remember, please read your rising sign ascendant if you know it. Moon, you can. I mean, the moon to me is more our emotions. Again, it's our mother, it's our home, la 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 la. But I mean, in all honesty, from what I'm seeing in the reading in here, I think this could be a very, very good, week ahead. I think it sets the tone for a lot. I mean, let's face it, we've got that going on Saturday, but the next week's Robbie Burns, and there could be a lot of fun. I can't really drink that much anymore, but I really did love having the scotch. So anyway, wish you guys all the best. You heard it here first. Please tune in. Please subscribe. Hit the bell icon. I will be doing weeklies as close to every weekend as possible. I'm going to do them all in one group. It works better for me when I'm on a roll. I like to do it. So I'm going to try tonight to get as many of them as I can finished. If not, I will finish the other 6 first thing tomorrow on Monday. Wish you all the best. You heard it here first. Hunter David Williamson, Psychic.